Hey, what's up guys? Auto Fanatic. So today's video is going to be a new wash and talk on the Alfa Romeo Giulia QV. I haven't done one of these videos in months since I moved into the new shop. I've just been so busy. You can see here, the Alfa is really dirty. And we're in fall months now in the Northeast. So you can see we got massive amount of leaves, dust, gardeners blowing stuff everywhere. There's pollen and you can see the car got rained on. So got everything set up. This is going to be the very first wash video. I've done a bunch of Instagram clips showing, washing cars over here at the new shop, but I never did a full wash video. So I'm going to discuss what's going on with the shop, current projects, what's going on for 2025. I've got a couple of things that I'm going to be working on. And if you guys are interested, watch the full video. So we got my modified Grills Garage creeper seat, got the Auto Fanatic modified wash mop with the double buckets. I've been using those for years if you guys have been watching the channel. And over here we got secondary bucket for the wheels. I got my wheel brushes, all of that. Got my lance. Now this is the Grills Garage Brilliant Finish foam cannon, and in this one we're using the Auto Fanatic professional wheel cleaning foam. So I just put like 2 capfuls in here. We got 007 Snowstorm in the MJJC foam cannon. I actually really like this foam cannon. So this is the combination of what I'm using regularly. I used to wash cars 5 times a week. I don't really have the time anymore to do that. I'm just so consumed with big projects. So we're gonna get set up, we're gonna do the wheels, we're gonna foam it up, we're gonna do a contact wash, and I'll show you guys the finished results, and we'll talk some more about what's going on in my life and with the new shop move and everything else and all the current projects. So let's get the video started now. There we go. So the Brilliant Finish foam cannon does a really good job with the wheel cleaning foam. All right, see that there? So let's go around the other side. I usually like to zap it a couple of times. It's so windy, it's blowing back in my face, but some of you guys maybe live in parts of the world where you don't experience fall, so now you kind of get an idea. It's a little annoying to definitely wash in this weather. But it's still one of the best times of the year for driving. You can kind of see how dirty, get closer, look how dirty that wheel is. So I'm doing a video probably next week. I'm doing a brake pad swap. I've had a set of brake pads for 3 years for the black 2018 QV. And when I moved to the new shop, I actually unraveled those when I was packing. So I'm gonna be putting those on the car and I'll shoot a video on that soon. All right, so all 4 wheels are done. Hold this. Now I'm just gonna grab my secondary bucket over here, and I'll show you guys a couple of little tools that I use. Pull that out of the way. All right, so this brush, I'm not sure who's the vendor of this. This might be Microfiber Madness, but it's a nice thin brush for rims that have limited caliper clearance. So look at that here. So I could get in all the way on all 4 wheels. Now these are the aftermarket wheels. So this rim technically has more caliper clearance than the OEM cast wheels. Those were a lot harder to clean. And believe it or not, I actually really like this finish. It's just making it a lot more livable than the gunmetal gray or like a black rim to kind of live with. So this is a little apparatus. If you had really tight caliper clearance right here, you would kind of go in there with something like this. And then I just got one of these little guys. We'll just go in there. Believe it or not, the spokes don't get really dirty on these wheels. It just seems that these little pockets, that's where most of the dirt gets trapped, for airflow, based on, every rim design is gonna push the air and the contaminants a different way. But it's mostly the barrel. It's mostly the barrel on these wheels. And the rear definitely gets dirtier than the fronts. And I think it's the way the newer Alfa Romeos are programmed. So I just brushed this. I mean, I don't have any tire shine on the wheels currently. Okay. So we'll do that. All right, that one's done. Let's go over to the next one. All right, you guys could get a close-up. You can see the Auto Fanatic wheel cleaning foam. That's just by blasting it, you can kind of see it in the barrel as well. So it does a great pre-clean of the wheels. These wheels are not ceramic coated. All I do after I wash the car, you'll see if you watch the whole video, I just hit it with either the Auto Fanatic Hypergloss ceramic spray sealant or 007 ceramic to touch up the wheels. You kind of see it gets really dirty in the barrel. And what I like about this finish is that you could actually physically see, you know, your job. You know, on a black wheel or a gray wheel, there's a lot of times when you're cleaning them and you can't really tell if you're doing a good job or not, and it drives me nuts. So it's another reason why I like a brighter silver type finish wheel. Can't get in there. All right. So guys, I haven't done a wash and talk video. I think it's been 4 months, and I moved into the new shop in July and just been overwhelmed. You know, we have a lot of restoration projects, a lot of stuff going on. And it's also, you know, when you move in, you got to set up your equipment, and there's a lot of things you got to get used to with your new workflow and everything else that's going on. So it's been really hard for me to do these videos. So I've been washing the car here a lot, but I haven't been doing any videos here. So it's a Saturday morning, and we just came up, and I'm like, you know, we're just going to wash the cars today. I'm not working this weekend. This is one of the very few Saturdays that I haven't been working, because I've been working 7 days a week for the last couple of months to catch up, because we just got, you know, a lot of big projects and a lot of challenging stuff. So if you guys follow the channel, the Ferrari 328 at the other shop, that one is almost going to be running and heading off to body and paint. The F355 restoration, the entire chassis and engine, brakes, wheels, that's all done. We're doing the leather upholstery right now. If you guys follow my Instagram stories, you guys could see I post every day what's going on in the shop, updates and stuff like that. And you guys can get an idea as far as what I'm working on and see the progress. And I'm probably going to be doing updated videos on all of these cars soon. You know, as we get further along, I'll do like a compilation video. As soon as the 328 is running, I'm going to do a follow-up, because I only did one video on that car, and that's been a basket case car. Very, very challenging restoration, a lot of missing parts, a lot of hard to find parts. So we got the engine and driveline, everything's buttoned up, but we can't get the car running, and we just discovered a lot of water damage on the Bosch ECU and wiring and relays, and it took me a very, very long time to locate a lot of those parts, and the parts were very, very expensive. But we're putting that stuff in this week, and I want to show that car running and driving, so when I do the secondary video as a follow-up, it'll be kind of cool. You know, show everybody, you know, you saw the first video, suspension, everything was all rusted and broken, and I want to do a follow-up video, and the number one thing is the car's got to be running and driving. Otherwise, you know, there's really no halo shots, you know, for that video, because then I have to do a follow-up video, say, hey, look, now we got the car running and driving, but it's not very exciting. I want to kind of do it where, hey, look at the progress from before and after, and now we got the car running and driving, and then we'll do an updated video when we go into body and paint, which is going to be a substantial amount of work on all of these cars. And then we got also the Ferrari 308, the white one. I don't know if you guys didn't see that on YouTube. I have private videos on YouTube from the owner. I do a lot of updates for him. And that's another big project. It's a full-blown restoration. It's another basket case car. And I just finished the chassis, suspension, and we're having some problems with the brakes because the brake lines have rust inside the valves, and we had to go through crazy getting all these new parts and piecing it back together. So that car should be running and driving again this week. Then we're going to bring it to the frame machine at the body shop. We're going to reset it up because the car had an accident and the chassis was all twisted, and I had to cut it out and weld it. And I've been really busy, you know, working on these projects, challenging, and I just haven't had time to you know, focus on creating content for YouTube, because the YouTube stuff just takes up a lot of time, you know, shooting it, you know, with the workflow and then the editing and everything else. So the only stuff I've been doing on YouTube, if you guys watch, are a lot of my review videos, you know, the M2s, the GT3 Touring. That was an awesome car. That video is doing really well. And a couple of videos that I'm probably going to do soon. We got a Porsche 911 what is it? It's the GTS that I'm going to be selling on Bring a Trailer. And FYI, that's going to be another update I want to talk to you guys about. So you're going to see on the channel, if you guys follow the channel, there's going to be a lot of videos soon as I start branching out into spending more time selling cars for my clients. And, you know, I want to start offering that service because I'm really good at it. And there's going to be like walk around videos and drive videos. So you guys will probably like that stuff. And it's really just going to be to preview it for like platforms like P-Car Market, Cars and Bids, and Bring a Trailer. So definitely stay tuned to that. Also be a video on a brand new BMW Z4 M340i with a manual. My good client just got it and he came by the shop the other day. So that one's going to be a cool video. We're also doing a professional video highlight reel on the Porsche 993 Carrera S that I built last year. Just a highlight video, like kind of like a halo shots and all the detail stuff. So that's going to be coming soon. We're going to be filming that this week, and a whole bunch of other stuff. And we're talking to friends of mine in the industry. We are considering setting up doing a podcast, automotive podcast with guys that do auto body, upholstery, fabrication, and all this stuff. So we're talking about it now. So we'll see. Let me just get these wheels rinsed off. Then we get to the fun part of foaming and washing the car, so stick around. 40-degree nozzle. And you guys can see, when you have a bright finish wheel, I love the fact that you can see exactly what you cleaned and what you missed. Whereas a gunmetal gray wheel and a black wheel, sometimes it's very deceiving until the car is dried off, and then you gotta go in there after the fact, which drives me totally nuts. So, I don't know, I'm really live on these wheels. I like the new look. Another little tip. When you guys are rinsing off wheels, remember when you're standing up and the wheels are far down low, you're aiming here and down. You're not aiming up. So that's why having an angle tip is really good. And you could kind of bend down with your wrist and kind of go like this. And that'll just make sure you get a good rinse inside the barrels all the way around. But this front wheel is perfect. Look at that, head looks awesome. And that water beading, that's just from the Auto Fanatic Hypergloss ceramic waterless wash, which is a 15% SiO2 spray sealant. Okay. One more, and then we start to foam it up. All right, guys, that's it. The wheels are done. And believe it or not, I've been considering, possibly selling this car, but I don't know, I really like it. I've been driving it every day. And I got about 6,000 miles on it now, so I kind of doubled the mileage in the last 3 months. And I'm really enjoying the car. I love the car. I had the car parked in the shop, and got all these Ferraris and Porsches and cool cars. And every time a customer comes to stop by, they always admire this car because I park it right in the front. And it's got really good lighting, and the color just glows. And people are like, yeah, don't get rid of this car. And I don't think I'm going to, but I talked about it, I think, in my other video on the M2. I think I'm going to buy a 25 M2 to do a giveaway on the channel. That's something new that we'll talk about after the new year, but I think that's my plan. I'm not going to sell this to get that. I think I'm going to get that secondary as a business investment, create some content, get a sweepstakes going, and give away a 2025 M2 that fully customized, custom interior, custom exterior, all of that good stuff. So, all right, let's get this thing foamed up and start the contact wash. All right, guys, so we got the MJJC. I did a video on this a number of months ago. I only have 1 ounce of the 007 Snowstorm. Even Pan the Organizer, famous YouTuber for auto detailing, he even said that this stuff is super concentrated, and he loved the fact that you don't need a lot. He's showed us in a lot of his videos on his channel before. And that's another great thing is with this foam cannon, we got really good GPMs. It's just super effective. I mean, look how thick that foam is. Except now the wind's blowing it right at my face. I mean, look at this, get closer. Look how thick that foam is. I mean, it's just awesome. The self-cleaning properties are great, the lubrication, and also another key benefit is the long work time. So we're still producing the Auto Fanatic Car Care. We're still selling it. We're no longer on Amazon. I never did a video on that as far as why, but I think a lot of you guys know why if you guys follow me or you talk to me regularly. Just too many scammers and too much lost money because of the scams. And unfortunately, that's just the way things are today with retail. So look, we foamed up the car really well. We still got a good 20% left in the reservoir. I actually enjoy foaming up the car because it reminds me of painting. And I do a lot of painting in my restoration business or refinishing, so it's a lot of fun. Kind of laying out super thick foam, and look at this. I mean, come on, this is insanity. Look at that thickness. Look at the foam density of this. Unbelievable. So I like to usually use everything up in the reservoir, just so in my next wash I have a clean reservoir and we start fresh. So that's it. We're going to let it dwell for a couple of minutes, and we're going to go and do a nice contact wash with the microfiber wash mop kit that I truly miss selling. I made hundreds and hundreds of these. Look, we got to leave over here. I got to get that out. So we got clean water. We got 007 Snowstorm. And the lightweight handle, the weighted mop base. I mean, it's just super, super easy, super effective, and you don't have to hurt your back, especially if you work physically on cars every day, 50, 60 hours a week. You'll start understanding why I created some of these things to make life a lot easier, but that's that. So what I like to do, when you start seeing the vertical lines, you start seeing it pull up, that's usually enough time for me to say, okay, we got enough pre-clean of the pollen, the dust, anything that was kind of loosely settled, all the stuff that's stuck to the car from driving in the rain and it rained overnight, that's going to need a contact wash. So I think we're pretty much ready to get that started. So let me just get adjusted and start the contact wash. I like to start on the hood, and then I work my way to the windshield and the roof. I think it's going to wash my new sneakers with all the foam that's going to run off into them. Super easy to control. So then what we do is we go into this bucket. This is the rinse bucket. And then we go back into the foam bucket. And I mean, look at this. I could reach the entire panel effortlessly without overstretching and everything else. Now we're doing the carbon fiber roof. The carbon fiber on this car, on the roof, I have to do a paint correction. Maybe over the winter when I get time, I'll do a video on it. But just from the factory, these things just have a lot of imperfections. Now you're not using the mop to dig into the paint. You're letting the weight, there's a custom weighted mop head, you're letting the weight, the lubrication of the soap and everything, just get all the stuck contamination and dirt off the car. It's also got rubber bumpers, so it's totally safe. Now, as you're washing in the fall, little tip, make sure if leaves ever get on your car, to get them off and make sure they don't ever get into your microfiber wash mitt or your drying towels. You will scratch the car with leaves. So let's go over here. So usually panel per panel, I'll dunk it. Now we have a little bit of an incline over here, so I can't roll the bucket around like I did at my house. See this? It's just so blustery today. So that's what's pretty much been going on, guys. Been just really busy restoring a lot of cars, building cars, and for 2025, I really want to do that that new 2025 M2. I mean, I think that would be a good car to build. I mean, what do you guys think? If you think that, if you have another suggestion, post in the comments below. Let me know. I just think it's a popular car, you know, with a lot of different type of driving enthusiasts. And plus you can get it with a manual, and I think that's the way we're gonna do it. We're definitely gonna get it with a manual and do like a custom interior, custom wheels, custom body kit, everything. Just a full-blown build. We'll chronicleize that in a series of videos on the channel. And in order to enter, you're gonna have to go to the Auto Fanatic website and purchase products. So just kind of like what Obsessed Garage does, you know, with his stuff, but except you're gonna be buying products specifically that we manufacture, not products that are from other manufacturers. I don't know, I never did it before, so trying to go along and learn as much as possible. And it could be a new aspect of my business is doing some custom builds, because that's really, you know, the heart of what I love to do is the restoration, the customizing of cars. I've been doing it for well over, God, 38 years. And that's really what I enjoy the most. The detailing product line, that is just such a small aspect that I created not only for my restoration business, but to share with you guys around the world that are looking for really awesome products. I mean, I'm not trying to compete with the big dogs, but I'm doing stuff that a lot of small guys that are customizing cars aren't doing. I'm hands-on. I'm creating these products all from scratch, not rebranding stuff. I own all the formulations, and I did everything through like a grassroots marketing using YouTube and social media, and it's been very, very successful. But the margins are terrible now with the inflation, and that's why I want to do other stuff to kind of offset a lot of what's going on. So that's that. Pretty much got the Giulia all washed. Wheels are done, tires are done. Gonna rinse it off, blow dry it. I'll show you guys as we dry it up and do the final detail. All right, guys, Ego blower. This is just a natural protection of what I'm using to upkeep the car. Is the 007 gloss enhancer ceramic and hypergloss. Watch the water fly right off. So guys, I preached it for years. You have protection on your car. You could use a touchless drying system. And the less amount of times you're going onto it with a rag, you're gonna eliminate like those drying scratches. So I'm just gonna blow the rest of the car off, grab some 007, go over it with a 16x16 PFM towel, and wrap it up. So stay tuned. All right, guys, you know this trick. 007 gloss enhancer, Greer's Garage PFM towel. Now you could do two things. There's no right or wrong way to do this. You could spray it on the towel and kind of go over the car. That's going to probably use the least amount of product. Or if you want, like on this door, give it a little bit of a mist and just go over it. And this is pretty much how I do it. A little mist, go over it. So I do the lower body panels first, and then I do the wheels last with the tires. I dress the tires. I'm probably going to use some Mega Gloss, or I might use some Whole Shot. So you go over here. So I specifically on the hood, it's a large panel, and the roof, I always leave the little bit of water on there just so we maximize the yield of the product, so we don't have to use too much product. So this stuff goes a long way. You guys can see it there, single pass. There's no streaks, there's no haziness, nothing. It's super, super easy. Incredible drying aid. You guys can buy it in the Auto Fanatic website. I definitely recommend buying a bundle pack, because once if you guys haven't used it, you're gonna start using a lot of it. So it's one of our top selling products. Okay. So there's no right or wrong way how to do this, as far as say how to use a drying aid. I mean, it really comes down to what you prefer to use. You know, every car is going to be a little different, but I think the number one thing of effectiveness is truly the towel. You got to have a good towel, and I don't know, ever since I started using these PFM towels in 2017, I have promoted and raved about them ever since. So that's usually what I use. Okay. Now we'll go. Now for the glass, I don't spray 007 on the glass. It's just not needed. I usually give it a little spray, make a pass, you know, as far as your arm could reach. The gloss intensity looks insane. So I'm gonna finish up. I'll pull the car up the driveway in the sun. We'll get some beauty shots, and that's pretty much it. So thanks for coming along for the wash and talk. I'm gonna do the same thing with the wheels. I have a secondary, you can see this here. This I use for the wheels. I'll show you real quick. So we'll go down low. Now on the wheels, we've still left some water in there on purpose. I sprayed a product on the PFM detailing towel. This is a same GSM. And I kind of just use my finger and I kind of go in there and I kind of go over the spokes really quick. And if you missed anything during the cleaning process, this is also going to help get it off. Always do the caliper, you know, make sure the caliper's clean. Can't stand people that clean wheels and they don't clean calipers. That is a little peeve of mine. Now, if you can get your hand in there, so all the dirt, as it comes off the rotor, it's going to sink into the bottom. And then that's why I usually do the wheels last. I like to let all the water come out, and then I reach my hand in there the best I could. And that's pretty much it. So thanks for coming along for the wash and talk. Stay tuned. There's going to be a lot of cool stuff on the channel. We're going to definitely consider doing the 2025 BMW M2 giveaway. Going to start doing more videos to sell high-end cars or specialty cars on Bring a Trailer and P-Car Market and other platforms. And I'm also going to do a full shop tour soon. And I'll take you guys in and show you guys a lot of the projects. And there's going to be also various videos of the restoration projects, you know, before and after and all of that on the channel, and car reviews or anything that comes cool my ways. But stay tuned. I'm not forgetting about YouTube or my audience. Just been super busy trying to catch up now. Thanks for watching. Don't forget, support the channel, support what I do. Go to the Auto Fanatic website today, place an order, buy some car care. Greatly appreciated. And stay tuned for more content. I'll see you guys in the next one soon.
Yeah, I like that. Take me away.